our list of losers, starting pitchers that we are going to fade at every opportunity this coming summer. Who wants to throw up the first nominee? Hawk, Paul, Jake, raise your hand, throw one out. I know there are names on this list, or we've probably all got names on our lists that converge, that coincide. And I just know there's 2 or 3 people that we're all going to go, oh, yeah, he's got to be on this list. So anybody wants to start with, the floor is open.
I'll volunteer.
Okay. Of course.
I would like to carry over somebody, a previous nominee, but who still has just completely stunk it up. I'd like to bring Alek Manoah back to the list. He has been relegated to the minors, refused to show up to the minors last year famously, then came back, was terrible this spring, also can't stay healthy, gives up 1 million home runs, can't find the strike zone. I would like to nominate Alek Manoah to be carried over and be our, I guess, inaugural for 2024 list of losers numero uno.
The ace on our list of losers, perhaps. I'll second that.
If you will.
I mean, he lost 9 in 19 starts last year. That's a pretty strong losing ratio. And if we're looking to build someone up, now the only question will be, how much does he actually pitch this year? Nonetheless, every time he's out there, I'll ride with that. Let's fade Alek Manoah. Put him on our MLB list of losers. Hawk, do you have somebody in mind we can add to this 5-man starting rotation of loserness, which is not a word, but I just made it.
Yeah, so there's a few guys. Some I'm not sure if they're going to be ready or if now they're going to be coming out of the bullpen. But what do we think about Lance Lynn?
Oh, stole mine, Hawk. I am all in on fading Lance Lynn. He's going to carry them to we're number 5 in the NL Central at, I think, what was that, plus 750, maybe the longest losing streak in baseball this year, which we can get into some of those numbers tomorrow. Jake threw out 300 to 1 for what? Fewest
worst
wins.
record, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, give me 92 right down the middle with no movement against everyone he faces. Still thinking he throws 95.
This spring, 4 starts, a 13 2/3 innings, 7.90 ERA.
Oh.
12 earned runs allowed in 13 innings.
Doesn't sound great.
Yeah, I had to Google to make sure he was still a starter, because you look at his stats and you're like, there's no way. You're like, is this guy really still starting? But
he went to the Dodgers and was still bad. That does not happen.
Yeah. Again, the question with Lance Lynn, how much is he going to pitch this year? Dude's 37 now. I could see him flaming out by Memorial Day and going home and sitting on his couch.
Let me pitch you on something here, because then we'll just slot him in. He flames out. The Cardinals cut him. They fill that spot in the rotation by signing Dallas Keuchel.
Oh my God.
Please.
Just replace him.
For the
Just
love of God,
flip the two.
need it.
We just take
Need
Dallas
it.
Keuchel off the bench, put him right in where Lance Lynn was on the list.
As a long-suffering fan of a bottom-feeding NL Central team whose nightmares will be haunted by Yadi Molina and Adam Wainwright and Albert Pujols for his entire existence, I am here for Cardinal suffering. So please, by all means, throw all of that at the wall and let's see if it sticks. Paul, do you have somebody you'd like to nominate for our MLB list of losers? We've started with Alek Manoah and Lance Lynn.
I mean, I think we got to throw this guy back on there at least to start the season. He had a blip of hotness, I would say. Yeah, we would say.
I know where you're going.
That we would say.
I'm trying to have a blip of hotness this summer.
Right? Aren't we all?
Yeah.
Patrick Corbin. Still on the automatic fade list, very bad last year. Third highest ERA, right behind our guy Lance Lynn. Jordan Lyles, the OG, the front runner in that category. Unfortunately, not starting this year, at least as of yet. So yeah, let's go Patrick Corbin up there. And does anyone disagree?
Nope. No.
Yeah.
He was at
He
the
was
top
on
of
my
my
list.
list, Paul. Yeah.
Yep.
I knew it. I knew Corbin would be on everybody's list. Let's put this in perspective. Not only is he bad, he's been on a bad team, right? So Patrick Corbin in the last 3 years has started 94 games. He's lost 50 of them. 50 out of 94. He's lost 50 games in the last 3 years combined. He is the ace of this MLB list of losers, in my opinion. I have him rocketing to number one on the charts by the middle of the summer, even if he has that 3 to 4 week period like he did last year where he didn't quite suck as much. I'm going to throw a name out there because he's on a terrible team. And we talked a lot yesterday about teams that are going to suck this year. The White Sox are going to be a dumpster fire.
I think I know where you're going with this. I had this
you know
guy
where I'm
written
going?
down.
This guy won 20 games last year in Korea. Eric Fetty, welcome on back to the States, pal.
Oh,
You're on our
I
list
actually
of losers.
disagree with this one. I'm
Okay.
actually oppo this one. I think he actually, I'm not saying he's going to be good, win a Cy Young, make an all-star team, but everything, we've seen this happen with pitchers that go to Korea for a year or two. They figure out a new pitch or their spin rates go up. And by all accounts, from what I've seen, because I'm a sicko on baseball Twitter, his spin rates and his velocity are both up. I'm willing to give him a little bit of a leash, not a long one, like a 2-start leash, and maybe then he goes firmly on this. I was going to say Chris Flexen.
Yeah, I saw that name pop.
Because he was he was in Colorado for a period of time last year, but he's just ancient and just throwing meatballs down the middle, and he never threw hard to begin with.
I love that
one.
Gerch put the White Sox
God.
entire rotation.
Yeah, Gerch
Yes.
might be right on this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. But
That's it, pick a White Sox starter on any given day of the week, and you've got a pretty good chance that he's going to get hung with an L. So we've got pretty much anybody pick and choose from the Sox rotation. We've got Alek Manoah, Lance Lynn, Patrick Corbin. I'll throw another name out there. Part of this is, no, I shouldn't say part of it is he pitches in Colorado. Part of the argument people try to make for him is that, well, he throws in Coors Field all the time. No, he just sucks. Austin Gomber, 5.50 ERA each of the last 2 seasons. Speaking of meatballs, Gomber serves them up like know the Italian chef they put on the front of the pizza delivery box who's got the big belly and he's flipping the pizza up in the air? Those kind of meatballs. That's what Austin Gomber serves up. So by all means, Austin Gomber, I'm nominating for the list of losers.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably maybe check out a run line. So I'm looking right here at a plus 110. I mean, this offense is going to be freaking gangbusters from the jump. I mean, these guys were competing in spring training. Spring training wins and losses obviously mean absolutely nothing. But there was so much healthy competition going on. I feel like a lot of these guys are ready. So, yeah, I think they're going to pounce. I believe it's Sandoval on the other side for the Angels, who's okay. It's been very inconsistent over the last few years. And I think Corbin Burns is going to be a Cy Young contender easy. I could see him having the best year of his career. He is a guy that will rise to the occasion. He's got a lot of juice, like a big chip on his shoulder. Let's put it that way. To get to free agency as the top pitcher in the game and make, $250+ million. And, there's some guys that perform in their free agent year and some guys that get tight. I don't think he's going to be one of those guys. And I think he's going to be in a better place with Baltimore in general. He's going to have more offensive firepower behind him. So, yeah, I would check out a run line here in a spot like this. That's actually where I usually do well. I know you can get caught in those, but I do pick on run lines. One of my favorite things to do on a game-by-game basis, and I think Baltimore is going to be hyped as hell. Also, the Angels are pretty bad. They're actually worse in my mind than most people think, and I've taken their under on the win total. I think Trout might be healthy this year, but why pitch to him? There's just not much else around him. They're going through a pretty rough transition phase